There's nobody better to take on this particular job. You get 10 ways today to take control over your life. In 3 sets of 3 and then 1 finale. The first set of 3, get up, get out of bed, do something. A lot of times when people don't feel in control of their life, they don't even get up. That's an important step for you to take control of your life. Get up. As you get up, you're going to notice that there are some things in your life that need to be cleaned up. So clean up. And I mean clean up your face. Clean up your clothes. Clean up your room, your area, your home. Spend a little time doing that. And I don't want this to be an overwhelming thing. So start small if you have to. I got to interview Marla Silly a few years ago on my podcast, Live on Purpose Radio. She's most commonly known as the Fly Lady. And her recommendation is shine your sink. If your house is all cluttered and messy, at least go to your sink. Clear the dishes out of it and shine it up. Even if you have to move the dishes to the side for now. Clean up. It's going to make a big difference in how you feel. The third item in our first set of 3 is to step up. And that means get a purpose. Find something that gives you a reason to get up and clean up. Step up. And it means service. Find a way to serve, to create value, to promote something that's important to your heart or to your community or your family. And your voice matters. I might even say speak up as you step up. So far we've got get up, clean up, step up. Now let's go to our next set of 3. This next set of 3 has to do with making choices. And I want you to first consider choosing positivity. Positivity is a choice. And without getting into all of the psychological reasons why that's true here today, realize that it's going to come down to a choice between negativity and positivity. Positivity is not ignoring the pain or the difficulty or the challenges that are real in your life. It has to do with taking a position that allows you to do something productive with whatever it is that you've got going on. Position, attitude, those are the same word in a lot of ways. My son is a pilot. He took me flying last week for the first time in a little 2-seater airplane with him at the controls. What a thrill that was. Obviously, we returned safely because he's a good pilot. As I was sitting in the cockpit of that small airplane and looking at the instrument panel, there were 2 prominent instruments, one on my side, one on his. Both of them were attitude indicators. And this is one of the most important instruments in the cockpit. Attitude is not how you feel. Attitude is your position. In an airplane, it's the position of the plane relative to the ground or the horizon. And can you see that a nose-down attitude heads you right into the hard stuff? A nose-up attitude can give you altitude. And that's important to remember in aviation. It's also important to remember in taking control over your life. Choose positivity. While we're choosing positivity, how about next we choose love? Some people don't even see it as a choice. They think love is a feeling. It's not. It's a choice. It's about how you show up in all of your interactions. And I don't think there's a neutral option. I don't think you can just be neutral here. It's either going to be a love choice or a hate choice. Either a little or a lot. Our interactions with other people are going to be characterized on one side or the other. Let's make sure that it's a love choice. Choose love. In this second set of 3, there's one more choice that we're going to talk about. This one is all about choosing freedom. Again, it doesn't always feel like a choice because sometimes the circumstances in our world or our environment make us feel like we're not free. Viktor Frankl, arguably one of the most inspiring authors I've ever read, was incarcerated during World War II. He spent time in Auschwitz. And in that environment, he said this: He said, of everything that can be taken from a human being, there's one thing that cannot be taken from a human being, and he called it the last of human freedoms: to choose your attitude. In any given set of circumstances, to choose your own way. That's what it means to choose freedom. And if he can do it in a concentration camp, well, that's pretty good news for us, most of whom are not in a concentration camp right now. Choose freedom. When your mind starts to say, I can't, can the can't, will ya? Just kick it out the back door. Ask instead, how can I? And find the freedom. Choose freedom. Our second set of 3 is to choose positivity, choose love, and choose freedom. Let's go to our third triplet. To really take control over our life, we're going to have to make some things happen. And I think the first thing that we make is time. Make time. You're not going to find the time anywhere. Your time is already fully consumed, right? When I say make time, I mean allocate a portion of your precious time toward taking control of your life. When people say I don't have the time, they're lying. It's always a lie. Why? Because everyone has the same amount of time. 24 hours, 7 days a week. It's not different for you than it is for me or for the Queen of England. We all have the same amount of time. So when I say make time, I mean allocate a portion of your precious time toward what's really important to you. When what you do is consistent with what your core values are, you have a right to inner peace. That's what creates it. Make time. Some people say, not only do I not have the time, I don't have the money. Really? Well, then make some money. Wait, is it that simple, Dr. Paul? Yeah. Simple and easy aren't the same thing. How do you make money? I'm not saying set up a printing press in your basement. Last time I checked, that was illegal. When I say make money, think about where money comes from. If you need a certain amount of money to solve one of your problems, my first question is, does that money exist? And you might say, no, not really. Yes, it does. It exists. It's real. It's in the world somewhere, right? And that's the next question. Where is it? Well, let's narrow that down. It's either in your pocket or it's in the pockets of other people. Where is your money right now? Well, if it's in the pockets of other people, why would they give it to you? They would give it to you for one reason only, one ethical reason, and that is that you provide them with something they value more than their money. That's how you make money. You create value for other people. The money already exists. It comes back to you as a receipt for the value that you created for them. Make some money. Make time. Make money. Make friends. That's the last of this third triplet. You're not in this alone. Every problem can be solved with a conversation with other people. Who knows more, you or other people? I mean, as a whole, like if we lump them all together. Other people always know more than you do. Other people always have more resources than you do when we lump them all together. The answers to your problems are a conversation away. Make some friends. Part of how you do that is by what I just told you. Make some money. Create value for them. The kind of friends you can have is dictated by the kind of friend you're willing to be. Start associating with some people and make some friends. You've got 3 sets of 3 now that will help you to take control of your life. Here's the grand finale. Be yourself. One of my associates, Alex Boyer, wrote a song about how we all bleed the same. You might want to look that up here on YouTube. It's amazing. And in that, there's a theme. Just be yourself, because everybody else is taken. And that is true. Why would you want to be anybody else? There's already somebody doing that. We need you to be you. And the best way I know to take control of your life is to be yourself. With all of your strengths and all of your weaknesses, they're all important for a lot of good reasons. Don't be ashamed about who you are or how you operate. It's all uniquely you, and we need you in this world. In doing that, you can take control of your life, and there is nobody better to do it. I'm so glad that you're here at Live on Purpose TV. If you have found this helpful, would you take just a moment and do two things for me? Click subscribe. I want you here with us so that we can team up together on this thing we call life. And then would you also share this video and others that you'll find here with people you care about? Let's help them to live on purpose too. I'm so glad you're here.
Down, face locked onto the phone.